Reflects Online with a rare opportunity to interview IFBB Pro Dennis James. Dennis, we've been in Kuwait for a few days together, but you've been here for 2 weeks prior. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good. I'm in a country that treats me well, and I've always loved coming here, visiting friends, a lot of friends, you know, bodybuilders from all over the Middle East here, actually, and it's always great to be here.
So if I remember correctly, you've been coming to Kuwait for about 9 years, and I think that's about the time you met Mr. Bader. Can you explain how you met, what those circumstances were?
Yeah, that was exactly about 9 years ago when Mr. Bader Bodai sent me an email asking me to come here to guest pose, and I was actually very turned off about going back to the Middle East anyways, because I had a very bad experience with Bahrain back then, where I was treated a little unfairly, and nothing that I want to mention right now. I don't want to go into detail, but the people that were involved, they know what I'm talking about. So I was really not too happy.
You weren't too thrilled about it?
Yeah, I was too thrilled about going back to the Middle East for, you know, business opportunities. So when Mr. Bader contacted me per email, he sent me pictures of a gym that he had just opened up. That was the first gym that he opened up, and I was just not too impressed because, you know, I've seen, you know, gyms before. I mean, it was a nice gym, I saw it, but like I said, I've heard from a lot of people at the Middle East, you know, they all, when you talk to them, you know, they all have money, they're all rich, they all have this, and, you know, and that's not always the case. But like I said, you know, I was still very hurt from the situation that I went through before. So I kind of told him per email, I said, listen, you know what I mean, unless you sent me my money that I won up front and the ticket, I ain't going nowhere. And that's exactly what I sent him, you know. And for him to basically follow through with that, you know, to prove to me that he is a legit person and that he means what he says, meant a lot to me, because he did, you know, sent me the ticket right away, and he sent me the money up front. So I came here, you know, not knowing exactly where I'm going. I had no idea what he looked like. I didn't know who he was, because at that time, he wasn't, you know, the bodybuilding fitness icon that he is today. He had just started with the first gym that he opened up. So I remember he picked me up from the airport, you know what I mean? And, you know, he had this bodybuilding show called the Oxygen, his own gym, Oxygen, his own bodybuilding show that he has usually once a year. And I came here to guest post, and he treated me like I've never been treated before. And coming off this bad experience I had in Bahrain, that he basically made up for everything that I thought bad about not only Bahrain, but maybe, you know, the bad vibe I had about, you know, doing business with Arabs. You know, he totally cleaned that out for me. So,
and as a result of that, you've created this 9-year relationship. What's that relationship been like? Yeah, I mean, it started off like I said, he built this gym, and I was impressed because I was already a pro, and Ronnie was here before me for a couple of days, you know, but when he brought me out here and he showed me what he had, you know, and I realized how many people are interested in gyms over here, then the first thing for me was important to get to know who is Bader Bodai. What does he do? You know what I mean? So he was basically somebody that just started a dream about doing something different. I didn't know what he was doing before at that time. I just saw the gym, and then I saw somebody that, you know, had a dream and started something brand new. And over these 9 years, I saw how this man developed to go from somebody that just opened the gym from money that he had from a previous business to somebody that dominates the fitness industry, not only in Kuwait, but in the whole Middle East, which is very hard to do because there's a lot of people with money. It's not all about money. You got to have the brain. You got to have the time to develop your brain to switch from a restaurant or a sport car garage to a fitness industry. You have to educate yourself about, you know, eating clean, about equipment, because, you know, this industry doesn't sleep. So not only was he a busy man doing the business he was doing, he also took the time to educate himself, to learn about new equipment, to learn about new diets. You know, he had no experience. Right. You know what I mean? So we had a bond right away. He
He basically hired me in the beginning to come here and just be in the gym, train, and be there for the Kuwait members, the Kuwaiti members in his gym. Everything he did, you know, is only for his members, which you don't see. You don't see business people think this is a business and I want to make money. Of course, he wants to make money, but he wants every member in his gym to be happy. And therefore, he started bringing bodybuilders over. He wanted something different. Not only, you know, there's a lot of gyms with, you know, good equipment, with all kind of stores and stuff in it. But he's taking it to the next level by bringing pro bodybuilders that all these guys look up to in the magazines. So now all of a sudden, this person brings these guys here for these guys up and close to touch them, take pictures with them, talk to them, and this is what catapulted him to the next level. And he never stopped. He kept going and kept going, and I watched this man grow. And I watched this man go from a point where he would never know what to eat as a bodybuilder to basically preparing athletes know that their money is well spent, you know, and I can vouch for that any day.
What has his influence as a person, as an entrepreneur, been on you, and your experiences as a professional bodybuilder? What experience, or rather, what influence have you had on him?
I think, the influence that Bader had on me is to always believe there's a chance to take it one step further. You know what I mean? Don't sleep, because the competition will never sleep on you either. If you think you're happy, if you're satisfied, somebody can move up and go right past you. So he's trying to take it to the next level. He could have stopped by bringing me over, but he didn't. So he started bringing Dennis. We started bringing Johnny. We brought everybody. He had Phil Heath. He had Kai Green. You name him, they were here. And he's not stopping. He could stop right now and say, I had everybody, but he continuously brings these people over because he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for his members. The members don't pay anything. He does seminars. He had Flex Sweet there for a seminar. These guys don't pay anything. He does that for free. So he's putting money out. It's not that he's just thinking, you know, oh, like I'm do a seminar and let these guys pay for it. No, he pays. I've seen this guy put money out for people, and he supports bodybuilding. There was no Kuwait Bodybuilding Federation at that time. There was no IFBB. All this happened in his reign. He made all this happen, and it's all coming out of his pocket, basically. You know what I mean? And now, like I said, Kuwait bodybuilding is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Some of the best athletes in the Middle East and even in the world. The influence that I had on Bader, I would probably say, is I would probably give him the motivation to educate himself about this sport. Where a lot of people think there's no money in this sport. But there is. If you do it right, and if you educate yourself, and if you use it the right way, there is money. Because people want to compete, people want to stay healthy, people want to look good, people want to stop being fat, and this is where they want to go. They want to go to see a person that can give them the right advice, give them the right facility to train, and don't sleep and let equipment go bad or go dirty. He has workers in the gym that are just strictly there to replace weights. He has coaches, several coaches. I mean, I'm talking 20-something coaches in each gym. They are just there to spot members. So no member has to feel like he can't go heavy if he wants to because he doesn't have a training partner. You don't need a training partner here. You have coaches that are just there for that. He has people walking around the gym with spray cans, racks, just to wipe off the pads, because you don't have to be laying in on a sweaty pad like in most of the gyms where we go to. So he puts all that out. He could have saved all that money. This is not necessary for him to buy these people, pay these people, put these people on the payroll, but he does that because of his members. So he's a businessman that is so smart that he knows as long as my members are happy, I'm happy. And this is what I learned from him. If you do a business, if your customers are satisfied, you're a successful businessman.
That's really great to hear. Thank you, Dennis, for this opportunity, not only to help me come here, but to introduce me to Mr. Bader, but to be influenced by you as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure.